are going to be making a colorful blended color of an ostrich. So I'm going to teach you how to blend colors, but first we're going to fold our paper. We will be needing something to draw with. I'm going to use a Sharpie, but you can use a pencil. That way you can erase if you need to. And then any type of color, whether it's colored pencils, crayons, maybe you have something else. Markers don't blend as well, but if that's all you have at home, those will be fine. So first, let's start off with folding our paper. So we're gonna take this top and bring it down all the way to the bottom. So we will be folding our paper in half. I like to line up the corners when I'm folding my paper. And then go over the crease a few times to make sure that it is nice and straight. And then the top part, this top piece here, we're just gonna bring up to that fold we just created. This way our bird can talk. So we're gonna draw the beak, but then when we open it up, you'll be able to see his entire mouth. So let's start with the beak. So grab your pencil. I'm gonna use a Sharpie. That way we can see it a little easier in the video. So the first part of the beak is kind of an upside down U shape. Or maybe you see it as a little mountain or a little hill. And then I'm gonna put these little curved lines on the edges, just going to that folded area. Okay, so we haven't started to draw the inside, but I connected where we had our little hill and just put two curved lines on each side. Next, below the hill, on this side below the fold, let's make a little dash line or a dot. And all we're gonna be doing is connecting where we left off to that dash, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So where we left off, connect it to the dash. I'm gonna fix mine a little bit, make my line a little bit thicker. There we go. Perfect. So that is going to be the basic shape of our beak. I'm going to put two little markings there at the top. And I'm also gonna put two little dimples out here beside the edge of the beak. Little dimple lines. And then last line I'm gonna do is kind of a smiley face line right underneath this curve. And now we need eyes. And the ostrich eyes are gonna be pretty large, so let's draw two circles, one, and then I'm gonna do my next one over here, two. It's okay if they're not exactly the same size. And then we're gonna draw oval shapes on the inside of those eyes. And then before we color in the pupil, I'm going to draw two more circles. And those circles are gonna be the highlights. And now I'm gonna speed this part up. I'm gonna color in the pupil. All right, so now that we've colored in the pupils of the eyes, we can add lines above those circles for eyebrows. And now you can open yours up and we're going to make the beak. So this line here, we're gonna connect to this one. And same thing on this side, this line here, we're gonna connect over to this line. And I'm going to draw the mouth like an upside down U below this curved line. So below this fold, you can make your curved line that we just drew. Make sure it's below the fold, that way when we fold it back, no one will see it. And now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna connect this to this. And connect this side to this side. And from here, you can add little tonsils. Maybe he's screaming. You draw his tongue sticking out. Whatever it is you want to make is fine. And then again, when you close it down, no one will see. So he can be screaming or whatever you want. That's up to you. Now let's leave that open. Put our pencil or marker down, whatever it is that we are drawing with. And we're gonna get out our colors and we're gonna start to blend. Before we do the blending, let's talk about the color wheel itself. So the color wheel has an order, and we can start that as red, orange, and then yellow. After yellow, we have green, blue, and violet. And then it repeats. So after violet would be red. So we can use color wheel order. These are what's called neutral colors, black, brown, gray, white as well. And these are called the colors or hues. And these first three, we said, red, orange, and yellow, those are called the warm colors. And these last three, green, blue, and purple, are called the cool colors. And how I remember those, I think of fire when it comes to red, orange, and yellow. Fire is warm. And I think of the ocean, and a lot of times when you get into the water feels cool. So you're gonna see those blue, greens, and purples when it comes to thinking about the ocean. So maybe that can help you remember warm and cool. So let's use our color wheel colors to add the color on our ostrich. So when we close it down, let's start with red. And the neck area, I'm gonna use my red colors. So I'm curling them out on the sides, and then in the middle, my lines are gonna be more straight. And then I just fill it in from there. So if it's closer to the edge, I'm gonna put some curl on it. If it's closer to this edge, I'm gonna put some curl going that direction. And then straighten it out as I get closer to the middle. And also, the harder you push down, the darker those colors are going to be. So I'm gonna make mine a little darker around the edges. And let's talk about mixing colors. So if I want to make a red-orange color, I can add in some orange to the red. We're going to be doing the same thing. Let's keep them straighter in the middle and curl them on the edges. There we go. So now we have red and orange. The next I'm going to do is bring that orange up and do another layer. But this time, instead of adding red, I'm going to add some yellow. And when we blend yellow and orange, that makes the color yellow-orange. You can also put a little yellow down at the bottom if you'd like. So we are blending our colors. Now let's do maybe one more little section. So I'm going to bring that yellow up one more time. Make this very colorful ostrich. And this time I'm going to add green. And yellow and green make yellow-green. And you can bring a little bit down into your orange as well. All right, so the neck area is done. And next I'm going to work on the head area, and there's really no right or wrong. So let's continue with green a little bit. And on mine, I'm going to be going around the eye area. But again, you can make yours however you want. That's what I love about art. There's a million different ways to do things. So yours does not have to look exactly like mine. All right, so I went around one eye with green. And now I'm going to be adding in some blue. And green and blue make green blue, or blue green, as people say. Could go either way. I like to think turquoise is a bluish green color. So add in some blue. And then on the other eye, I'm going to continue with the blue. Go straighter in the middle of the face and the body. And then I'm going to go same thing around the eye. And after blue, we have violet or purple. A lot of times you'll see the word violet written on your crayon or colored pencil. As you can see here, violet. And I'm gonna mix some of that purple in with my blue to make a blue violet. Mix some into the green. So I'm just trying to fill in some of the white areas by adding a little bit more color. Sprinkle in a few on the neck area just to make it look a little more full of color. If you go in a circular motion when you're coloring, it'll fill in those white areas. Purple is my favorite color, so that might be why I'm using a little more purple than I did with the other colors. All right, so starting to fill out with color. We used them all so far, and when you open up, you still have all this you can fill in. So we can start with red again. And I'm gonna speed mine up and go ahead and continue your coloring. So now you are done with your coloring. You can close it back down to see his little bitty beak area. And mine, I have red, so maybe I want to make that a red-orange to kind of blend it in a little bit better. So at the bottom of his tongue area, we can make that red-orange so we can hide it. And then when you open it up, it'll have, we can bring some of that up around the edges. To make some blending happen. Like we said earlier, you can make a red-orange by mixing orange and red. And I like to make things a little darker around the edges. Look at that, how fun. So I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about the colors. Again, black, white, brown, and gray are neutrals. You can also use those colors as well. And I hope you learned about blending. Good job.